Welcome to episode 2 of Fiends from the Crypt. In our last episode, our two policemen had followed the escaping criminal Banco into the Rome sewer system. The chase led the officers into the catacombs and part of the system that had been sealed off for centuries. Once inside, as they were trailing Banco, they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from deep inside one of the tunnels. They followed the sound and found Banco, or what was left of him. He had been brutally attacked, and it looked like he had even been eaten. The two men stared in disbelief, unable to take their eyes off of the horrible sight. And now we continue with our story of Fiends from the Crypt. "There is something evil in this place, Signor Commissario. Let us get out of here at once." The fear was clear in the young officer's plea. "Keep your nerve, man. There must be some explanation for all this. But we'd better report back to the station." The two turned to leave, but then... "Wait, the passage. It's blocked now, but it was just a moment ago there was no door here." With panic in his voice, the young officer exclaimed, "We must find another way, Senor, at once!" Surprised and confused by this unexpected turn of events, the two men begin to desperately seek a way out. Instead, they find themselves wandering deeper into the bowels of the catacombs. Strewn along the path, they come upon skeletons of people long dead. The stench of death is all around them, and unable to stay unemotional, the commissario explains, "That smell is horrible. These caverns have been sealed for centuries." Suddenly, his eyes wide with fright and panic etched upon his face, the young officer screams, "Yeah, Senor, look! Those things!" His voice trails off. Turning to see what his young assistant was looking at, the commissioner was startled to see two giant figures break out of the mist, charging the two officers. Making sounds that can only be described as non-human voices from the long dead and looking like giants. Their skin the green color of the mold that grew on the walls of the tunnel. The two struck terror into the two men. Monsters! And they're coming after us! They'll tear us to pieces!" "Run for your life, man! Run!" The two men flee down the tunnel when they come upon a small room that is filled with old coffins and piles of bones. Trying to find safety, the two men feverishly try to block the opening. The young officer moves one of the coffins towards the opening. Perhaps this old coffin and the bones will stop them." "Work, man. Stack more bones in the entrance." Bones are now piled high in the opening, but is it enough? As the two men stare, it becomes clear they have not stopped the beast. "Look, one of those things reaching for us." "Yes, it will get us unless we do something." As he looks at his young companion, the commissioner's eyes take on a strange gleam. "And there is only one thing to do. Give them a victim at once." Making sounds that come from the bowels of the earth, the beasts reach in their massive arms through and past the bones stacked in the doorway, reaching, grabbing for the two men. The commissioner grabs his young companion by the collar and shoves him towards the creatures. "You, Pietro, they want a victim, and it must be one of us. So let it be you. Out you go." "Please, no!" The creatures grab young Pietro and drag him through the bones into their waiting mouths. "Save me! Don't let them!" His screams died off. and the commissioner is left alone in the room. What will happen to the commissioner? Join me next week for the next episode of Fiends from the Crypt.